So I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things you can do to get pregnant when you are finding it difficult to conceive. So, another episode of me reacting to Facebook TTC groups. If you're new to my channel, I'm Dr. Amarachi Ijeoma. I am a fertility physician and my channel focuses on everything fertility and women's health. So if this is the kind of content you're interested in, keep watching. So the first question, which style of sex that would make someone take in? And the response is any style as far as the sperm enters the body and you and your partner are fertile. And another response is doggy style because it entails deep penetration. Okay, so let me explain. So the idea is getting the sperm as close to the cervix as much as possible. Studies have shown that there's not one particular sex style or sex position that increases your chances of conception. The idea is whatever you do, just ensure deep penetration so you can deposit the sperm as close to the cervix as possible. That is all you need to do. And this person even added, as long as you and your partner are fertile. Beautiful. That's all you need to know. So someone asked, I stopped family planning 5 years ago. I still find it difficult to conceive. What should I do to get pregnant? And someone said, maybe you should clean your womb. Oh God. But have you gone to the hospital? And she said, I have not gone to the hospital, but how do I clean my womb? And the person says, avocado seeds, grate it, boil it, drink it, It's nothing like cleaning your womb. If you've been following this channel, if you've been subscribed to this channel, you will know that I've said it a million times. There is nothing like cleaning your womb. Leave your womb alone. When you are finding it difficult to get pregnant, there are several things you need to do. But first, go to the hospital. Go and see a specialist so that you can be evaluated. So what the specialist will do for you is tell you all the ways to optimize your fertility to get pregnant, and then tell you in the end, maybe when you've done all the processes, the best option for you. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things you can do to get pregnant when you are finding it difficult to conceive. First, if you've been trying for 5 years, it means that you have not gotten pregnant. You've been having sexual intercourse on your fertile period and you've not gotten pregnant. You've been doing this regularly for 5 years. In this case, you will need to do blood tests, and these blood tests include FSH, which is follicular stimulating hormone. The reason you're doing this test is because when you're seeing your period, I'm assuming that you're still seeing your period. So when you're seeing your period, your brain sends a message to your ovaries using a hormone called FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. And this hormone goes to the ovary and tells the ovary, oh yeah, all the sacs of fluid that contains egg, let me start recruiting you people. You people should come out and start growing. Out of all of those ones that now come out, only one will now decide to grow. As that one is growing, is releasing another hormone called estrogen. By the time that one gets mature enough, it will burst and then release the mature egg. And that is the mature egg that the sperm, when you have sexual intercourse, will go and fertilize and then form a baby and become a baby, and then you become pregnant. So you want to check this hormone, what's the level it is in my body. So it's one of the most important fertility tests you will need to do. Another one is LH. During your menstrual cycle as well, as the follicles are growing, you also have LH being produced, but in not as much quantity as the FSH. So LH usually gets to its peak about 12 to 36 hours just before ovulation. So checking LH, the level of LH in your body, can also tell you, okay, is my brain still communicating with my ovaries? Because it gives you a picture of what is going on in that axis in your body. Another test to do that is really important is what we call AMH, anti-Mullerian hormone. Now, this hormone tells you the amount of eggs left in your ovaries. So you don't just want to be trying to conceive without knowing all of these things. You want to know, do I still have enough eggs? Because when a female child is born, she's born with a particular amount of eggs in her ovaries. And as she begins to grow, when she gets to puberty, with every menstruation, she's releasing a particular amount of eggs. So the one that is in her ovaries is reducing and reducing with each menstruation. As she's releasing the other ones, it's reducing from the store, which is the ovary. So at some point, it finishes, and then you get to menopause. Once it finishes, that's menopause. So you want to know, what stage am I in my fertility? You want to know how much eggs are left in your ovaries. So this is very, very, very important. It's a very important test. Another test you want to do is progesterone test. Progesterone test tells you if you have ovulated. Now, it doesn't tell you you will ovulate. It tells you you have ovulated. So, because it peaks in your blood about 7 days after your ovary has released the egg. So, but it tells you that, okay, you ovulated this month too. So, if you know that you ovulated this month, you know that you can ovulate the next month. So, it's a good picture for you. And another one is ultrasound scan. Ultrasound scan shows you your follicles. That's the sacs that are containing the egg. It doesn't show you the egg. You won't see the egg on the screen. But you're seeing the sacs that contain fluid, that contain water, that contains the egg. So it gives you an idea of your ovarian reserve, how many follicles you still have. Another test you can do is called HSG, hysterosalpingogram. It's like an X-ray of your fallopian tubes. So the idea is we want to check, ingest a contrast into you. So the contrast is supposed to enter through the uterus and then outline the uterus and the tubes. So we see if there's a blockage. Because if there's a blockage, how can the sperm go and meet the egg that is supposed to be released into the fallopian tube to fertilize that egg? So when you see your full picture, if everything is fine, you don't have blocked tubes, you don't have, your hormones are still showing that, oh, good, there's still communication between your brain and your ovaries, oh, you still have a lot of eggs in your ovaries, then your doctor will also want to examine you. So she will use what we call a speculum to open up your vagina so that she can view your cervix. And then she takes a probe, it's called a sound, a uterine sound, and then try to pass it through your cervical os, which is the opening on your cervix. The idea is, for some women, due to recurrent infections or putting harsh chemicals, harsh cleansers directly into their vaginas, it could cause irritation of the cervix, it could cause scarring, it could cause injury, and that place could close up. And if it closes up when you're having sex, no matter how much the man ejaculates inside of you, the sperm will not have a passageway to go into your uterus to meet the egg. So that uterine sound now, that is usually like a plastic, slim-like probe, or it could be metal. And then pass it through the opening of your cervix. If your doctor finds it difficult to go into the cervical opening, then that could have been what has been even causing, the infertility. So something like a procedure called cervical dilatation will be done. And once that is done, if that was the only cause for the infertility, then you'll be able to get pregnant. Then there are other things that you can do to increase your chances of getting pregnant. Once you've done all these tests, you know your status, you know where you stand. If everything is fine, your partner, because it takes the sperm and the egg for pregnancy to occur, so your partner has to do his own test. It's called semen analysis. So what this test does is it checks what's the shape of the sperm. Is it abnormal? Does it have two heads? Does it have two tails? Is it swimming well? Is it swimming fast enough, or is it just staying in one place? Is a lot of it dead, or a lot of it are still alive, and just a few dead? Or how much do you have? Because sperm count matters. So the normal sperm count is about 50 million to over 200 million sperm cells per mil of ejaculate. So in one mil of one ejaculate, you should have nothing less than 15 million sperm counts. So if your partner has done this test and everything is fine, and you are also fine, you now look, what is my diet like? Am I taking a lot of soda? Am I taking a lot of processed foods? If you are doing that, then you have to stop, because these foods, both soda and processed foods and red meat, have been associated, so many studies have been done, and has been associated with reduced chances of getting pregnant. So what you want to do is you want a more nutrient-filled balanced diet. You want to increase your intake of fruits and vegetables. You want to eat more healthy foods. And then, what is your exercise routine like? Are you somebody that lives a sedentary lifestyle? Are you always in one place? You don't move around? If you're somebody that does that, then you have to increase your activity level. Start to exercise. Exercise has been associated with increase in fertility as well. So you want to do at least 30 minutes of exercises for most times in a week. So your weight also. Try not to be overweight when you're trying to conceive. So I'm not saying that women that are overweight or men that are overweight can never conceive. That's not what I'm saying. But studies have shown that they have been associated with reduced fertility. So reducing your weight increases your chances of getting pregnant. Avoid drinking too much. If you're somebody that you can't go a day without taking alcohol, you need to reduce your intake of alcohol. Same with smoking, because smoking has been linked to reduced motility of sperm, that's reduced ability of the sperm to swim, reduced sperm count. It has been linked to low quality eggs as well. It has also been linked to miscarriages, multiple recurrent miscarriages. So when you're trying to conceive, you and your partner should, if you can stop smoking, stop. If you can't, reduce the amount of smoking. And if you can stop drinking, stop. If you can't, reduce the amount of drinking. So these are the things you have to do to increase your chances of getting pregnant. Like I said, and like I say always, there's nothing like flushing your womb, cleaning your womb. There's really nothing like that. There is just, if you have an issue, you treat the issue and you get better. And then there are lifestyle changes that you can do to increase your chances of getting pregnant. If you found this video informative and you want more content like this video, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and see you in my next video.